Well, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021. We're on day 191. We're almost at that 200 mark. That's amazing stuff. So here we are on day 191, and we're reading through John 6. And John 6 is really interesting because here we see that the disciples of Jesus are pushed to a breaking point. They have seen a lot of stuff that is hard to get their head around. We read these things and we say we accept them, and yet there's huge parts of the church that struggle when these things are taking place nowadays. When the sick are healed, they have big problems with that. And so we say that, yeah, we believe this stuff. I think we would have struggled with it as much as the disciples did at that time. But here they see Jesus feeding a large amount of people with a lunch. They see him walking on water. But the real challenge comes to when he's explaining the kingdom and the spiritual truths and what he's there for and what it takes to belong to the kingdom. And when he starts talking about that he's the bread of life, the Pharisees have a real problem with that, as they talk about in this passage. But the real challenge was to the disciples when Jesus is talking about, like, unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no part with me. And this was a real challenge, a big challenge for them, and to the point where Jesus turns to the 12, to the inner circle, because there was a lot more disciples. We know of the 120 and the 72, the 12, and then down to the 3, and then some even say that John was the closest. He was the inner circle. He had the greatest revelation of love. Whether that's true or not, but in the scripture we at least know that we go from the 120, 72, 12, and 3, and Jesus turns to the 12, that inner circle, and he asks if they're going to leave. Now, the reason he asks that is because he knows their heart. He knows their struggle right now. And this is a breaking point. This is a matter of, do you believe? Do you believe I am who I say I am? Do you believe what I'm teaching you? Do you believe what I'm saying? And they turn around and say, where else would we go? Like, you have the words of life. And so they stand by that commitment. And I think there's times in our life that we get challenged with that, when we get pushed to a brink in our faith. And do I trust Jesus that much? It could be the loss of a child. It could be a tragedy. It could be the stress of things that are being faced. It could be challenges to our belief. It could be all kinds of things. It could be moments of silence, not because he isn't talking, but we forgot how to listen, and all kinds of things that will challenge us in our faith. And we could get there of, like, am I going to go forward with this? Am I going to go forward in my belief? I really think that we get to a place in our maturity that no matter what happens, we know that Jesus is the word of life, that we know that Jesus is the bread of life, that we know that Jesus is the river of life. We know that Jesus is the very air in our lungs. And this world, as much as it's filled with tragedy, is a different place in the kingdom that we belong to. And I think we get to a place in our faith where we trust him no matter what. I hope you're there. I hope you can get there. I hope you can face those. Some of you are facing some mountains right now, and I hope that you can face those things and you can bring them into submission to the kingdom principles. I hope that you can speak to those fears and worries and just have them submitted to the principles of the kingdom, that you can operate in that peace, that you can sleep in that peace, that you can walk and eat and laugh and dance in that peace at all times. And that because fear is the big thing that wants to destroy us. And we've gone through a time that has wanted, and still going through a time that wants to provoke fear in us. And it really is a question of, do we have faith? Do we trust? Do we trust? In all things, do we trust? Or are we trying to make life work for us? There's a question for you. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that with you. You guys be blessed today. Be encouraged. And stay tuned for day 192. God bless.